growing economy without a vibrant and successful education system. So thank you very much. I next want to thank Kathy Matsuyoshi. While she wasn't a part of the original decision that brought us all to the situation of furloughs, because she was not superintendent at the time, we all participated in that. She has stayed engaged in this throughout her time as the acting superintendent. She kept the lines of communication open with me and with my staff, as well as with the parties that she deals with in the Board of Education, the labor unions, and I appreciate very much. I think she showed tremendous leadership to recognize that she may not have been a part of the decision, but she had to be a part of the solution. And when it counted, she was there. So thank you very much, Kathy, for working with Linda Smith, my senior policy advisor, who has been so involved in this issue as well and helped me get through this very challenging period. And to Don Horner, who when he heard this idea, recognized it as a possibility, and not everybody's able to do that. Just because someone has a good idea doesn't mean it necessarily advances. But he also recognizes this link between education and the economy, as well as our moral obligation to the children of Hawaii to make certain we're doing all we can for them. And we knew, all of us knew, that the furlough situation wasn't optimum, wasn't something we wanted to have continue. It was just finding a way through after all this time, after some hard feelings, and I think all of us are to a point now, we really want to look forward. We don't want to spend any time looking backward. Let me talk about the plan. Bottom line is the furloughs are over. Tomorrow is the end of the school year, and the parents I mentioned who came to see me stressed this point to me many times in that meeting, that it would be especially great if we could get this over before the children and the teachers went home for the year, because the teachers were in the midst of making two kinds of preparations, one if we had furloughs and one if we didn't. And obviously that's not the best use of their time or talent either. And of course the families need to know what sort of plans do they need to make for the coming year. So I really want to thank parents again. And I want to thank the general community for the patience that they showed to us throughout this past year. The plan has 4 parts to it. First of all, out of the $67 million that was authorized to be spent, as you know, I felt from the beginning that $57.2 million would be sufficient to bring everybody back. So that's what I'm willing to release from the $67 million. It's $57.2 million. It covers what I believe are essential workers, but not everyone sees that the same way, as you know. In addition to that, the charter schools, and this was raised to me in our meeting, we had, I think, 2 people raise this issue about, well, the charter schools really weren't included, and in fact, some people felt they were kept out of that $67 million. So just to be very clear on that point, I've agreed to use $2.2 million of our remaining federal ARA funds that were allocated to Hawaii. Every governor in America was allocated an amount of money. Mine was $35 million that I could use at my discretion to advance our state. I made a commitment, and we got the $35 million, that all of mine would go to education. And we've been using that money in some cases to start the baccalaureate program at New Valley Middle School, some for robotics, some for different uses. And so $2.2 million of that money will be for the charter schools. And again, the acting superintendent understands that that's what that money is for. So the 57.2 that I was talking about, I thought was good for everyone, but that will be just for the non-charter schools, and $2.2 million for the charter schools. The third piece of the 4 is the teachers' willingness to give up 6 of their non-instructional days or their planning days. So out of the 17 furlough days that were planned for the year, 6 will come from the teachers giving those up, and 11 that we will have to to have the money for. And those 6 planning days, as you know, were agreed to back in December. And so they're living up to that part of the commitment. And the fourth and final piece, and this is the piece that Ted Liu came up with, and is extremely innovative and different, and that is to get the major banks in the state to agree to a $10 million line of credit that would be available at no interest to the state if, in fact, there is additional funding needed in order to get through the school year. And I want to thank Ed very much for stepping up with cash. Don Horner will discuss in a couple of minutes that aspect of it. But the 4 pieces again are the $57.2 million that I originally agreed to release. Again, thanks to the legislature for setting money aside for us. Second piece is the $2.2 million specifically for the charter schools. The third piece is the 6 days that the teachers are contributing to this agreement. Fourth, if it's needed, will be a $10 million line of credit at no interest to the state. And again, all the parties of the board, Chairman, Board of Garrett, I want to thank Garrett Taguchi as well from the Board of Education. We haven't seen things in exactly the same way throughout this process, but I appreciate him being here today and recognizing this was a very unique opportunity. The timing was just right. I know it developed quickly, but it happened for a reason, I think, that it just came together right before this school year would be over and planning would have to begin for the next. So really want to thank one more time the public for the patience that they've shown to us throughout the year. We have faced the largest fiscal crisis in Hawaii history. We can see it's starting to get better. A lot of good announcements, a lot of good events over the past few days, and this is certainly one major good bit of news for the people of Hawaii. So at this time, and in thanks and gratitude again for her role, I want to call on the Acting Superintendent of Education, Kathy Matsuoshi.